Okay, so I think I will, although I started late, but I'll stop on time. Next class onwards, we will ensure that this thing does not happen. Okay, so one last thing that I have to teach for today, so which is called an open set. Well, why do you need this? You might question and say, well, we are engineers, we don't need open set, closed set, all that. Well, that is true, but this is more of a fun and also jargon. Some people might read somewhere about open set. You should know what an open set is. So, what is an open set? Any idea? Huh? You know what open interval is, right? So, suppose I take this kind of sets. It's not an open interval because I cannot write it like that. Set of all x as that a less than x less than b kind of a thing, right? There are gaps here. Okay. So is there another class? No? No, right? Hopefully, yeah. So if you have union of intervals, open intervals, you'll get something different, right? So how do you define open sets? So the idea is interesting. So we say that set is open set if you take any point. Okay, so you take a point here, for example. If I look at this point, I can put a small interval around that point, such that this interval is sitting inside this set. Okay, you give me any point, maybe damn close to this interval, right? So very close to that open bracket, very close. I can still put a small bracket around that, but within the big bracket. So that small interval lies within the set, right? I can do no matter what. One example is, open interval itself is one such example, right? If you take an x which is very close to 1, right, I can still put a small an interval around this like this, right? It is still sitting inside the bigger interval, right? So that's called an open set. It should be able to do it for all the points. What about this? Is this an open set? Why? I have no problem with this point, I have no problem with this point, no problem, but I have a problem with this point, right, on the edge. So remember, this point here belongs to the set. It's a closed set, right? So if I use this, I cannot put any interval, right? However small it is, the right side will overlap with something outside the set. So it doesn't sit inside the set, right? So this is not an open set.